How to spot a toxic friend. Now, in no way am I throwing shade at anybody I know in this video, so if you know me, I'm not throwing shade. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm here to help the people today if they encounter a wild toxic person. And as we go along, the traits I review are just gonna get higher in the level of toxicity. So we'll begin with the meat rider, or the yes man. This person will just glaze until the end of time. Follow your every move, follow your every lead. It's basically like having an IRL stand. It's basically like having a side bitch, bro. Like you're just walking around and they're just always following you. And they will just meat ride you till the end of time just for your approval. So if you find that they just won't get off the sack, pause, it could just create like a very toxic sort of friend group. If everyone's just glazing this one friend in the group. Like these are the type of people to not show up to the function because this one kid isn't going. Like these are the yes men in a nutshell. Even though you wanted to go in the first place. Next trait we got is being a D1 hater. This kid will always chime in and find some sort of excuse to put you down, like when you accomplish something. Like let's say you're a brand new hire. The D1 hater will pop out the cut and say some shit like, "Have fun working in the Matrix. Enjoy your 9 to 5, you imbecile." Okay, obviously not like that, but they will just downplay your achievement every time. Like I'm convinced this kid is praying that I go homeless and that I live in a cardboard box for the rest of my life. But thankfully, everybody gets on this kid's head. Then we got ego. Now it's nice to have confidence in yourself, but overdoing it is crazy. So if this kid has an inflated large ego, it's basically the size of Roger Alien's dome piece at this point. So they'll basically walk around like they're him. Like they'll be steady flexing and they can't handle a single ounce of criticism. Like they'll literally just like get all mad. They think their way is the right way, which obviously you should be open to other people's opinions. And someone with a large ego isn't. Like they'll say some corny ass shit like, "Oh, it's my way or the highway." Like, bro, shut the hell up. Next, we got a narcissist. All right, this is basically similar to someone with an ego, but the difference is they think they're the main character. They think the world revolves around them, so the entitlement levels are going to be off the charts. These people unironically think they are a, quote, special snowflake. No, I'm not kidding. They actually think like this. They think they're above human. Like, they don't even have the slightest bit of empathy for anybody, except for themselves. They are extremely self-centered. Like, they will brag about themselves on social media to, like, everybody. And there's no way in a million years that they will go and help another person. Like, they will unironically call people NPCs and film a video of all of them and post it. Like, there's so many TikToks of people saying, "Oh, look at all these NPCs on the subway," as they're doing something really stupid. So they just call people NPCs for not doing anything dumb in public. Then we got if they're just like being negative all the time or they're complaining. Like they always are complaining about their current situation to their friends. Now it's different than just venting to a friend or whatever. This is like they're not even trying to change their situation and then they just yap and yap and yap about this all day. To a certain point, it's gonna get tiring. The bro's acting like we are all therapists here to help him. We are all here to have fun together. Like obviously, you know, we pick each other up from time to time. But this is not a goddamn therapy session. They just make the entire vibe negative. And then they just complain. But then let's say, you know, your friends help you with fixing your situation, your current situation. You cope and you're in a cycle of complaining. That is not good. You're just ruining the positive vibes, the dopamine, the happiness for everybody. Way to lighten up the mood, bro. Like, avoid this person at all costs. Okay, now that we're done with the walk away category, we're gonna move on to the run category. This is the mid-level of toxicity out of all of these that I've picked out. So we'll begin with using you. This person basically will just use you for the most simple tasks of all time so they don't have to do it. Like there's a difference in asking for help and straight up using someone. If you're using someone, quote unquote, you will shift the goalpost. Like if there's a reward behind what you're doing, they say, "Oh yeah, I'll give you 20 bucks if you do my homework." Then you do the homework and you don't get the 20 bucks. And now you have to do the laundry and his chores. They're basically just using you for mundane tasks at this point. Next, we got switching up. For example, two guys go to talk to two girls. And all of a sudden, this one guy turns into fucking Dave Chappelle and just starts cracking all these jokes, making you the butt of the joke. This way, he can impress the girls. This guy is low-key a simp. And this dude literally just wants the girls to think he's funny. But they could sometimes change their whole personality, and it can affect you. You could just become the butt of the joke out of nowhere, for example. So this friend is just fake as hell, man. You don't want to be switched up on, do you? Next, we got playing victim. Now, they basically never want to take the blame for anything. Like, if they are clearly in the wrong, it is clear as day at this point, they'll still point the finger at you. And then they'll be over there sitting there like, oh, I'm just an innocent little victim. And then they just continue to just blame the other person. They can never just take the L and move on. They always got to make some sort of excuse to make sure that they're right. Like you're just talking to a brick wall at that point. Next is when they say it's either them or blame. So if they have beef with somebody or they're just mad that you're spending time with somebody else other than them, they'll be like super toxic about it. And if they say this to you, just leave, bro. Just literally just pick the other person at this point. Because why would you want somebody in your life that only wants you to spend time with them? They're acting like with this relationship, they're gonna be stuck in a contract forever where you have to sign your soul away to be only with them for the rest of your life. Like people got other friends. Next is more with like an entire group thing, but if there's like a sub-group chat with the main group chat, probably not a good sign. I talked about this in my group chats video, but it's basically there's some people in the group that are left out, which is because they don't really rock with them as much. It's kind of just like a mini friend group in the middle and then like a bigger friend group on like the I'm actually brain dead. But there's another subset of friend groups in the friend group. And when people find out there was a subgroup chat this whole time, then there's gonna be some beef. And this is exactly why I'd rather just have a tight group of homies instead of like a large group of 20 friends, because who knows what beef is going on between these people, you know what I'm saying? Because that could cause some animosity in the group. And speaking of animosity, next we got drama. All right, if they love starting drama, if they just love toxic people in general, probably not a good thing if they just love hanging around toxic people. Most likely they're toxic themselves and they love starting drama. Like genuinely shut your bitch ass up, please. No one cares that Josh did this or whatever. Like, oh, he got the girl's number at the party that you were gonna go for. Like, oh my god. I really can't come up with a good scenario, but just think of anything frat guys would beef about. Like John was supposed to buy the beer for the party or something. I don't know. And this toxic person, all right, this fake friend would start drama over this. Whatever this minute thing is. Like they are definitely the type to watch like Euphoria or something and think, oh yeah, that's how real friendships work. Chances are if you watch Euphoria, you're a red flag. All right, anyways, moving on to the most toxic traits. This is the sprint category. So if you hear any of these or see any of these, sprint. Like your football coach screaming at you, sprint! You gotta run. Like, seriously. You really gotta listen to your gut with this one. So first up, we got blackmail. Ooh. Yeah, these are getting really bad now. So if somebody was an absolute psycho, they would blackmail you in order to have you comply to them at all times. So say you did something embarrassing, I don't know, you don't really want getting out to the public, or other people, I mean, it's not like anything terrible, it's just something embarrassing. Just something you wouldn't want placed on a billboard for all of like New York City to see. We'll just say that. And then they say like, that picture was just taken for blackmail. Tee-hee. Like, what do you mean tee-hee? This is not a joke. Next is like if they're like that little passive-aggressive type. Like, people like these just piss me off. It's not just like in their behavior, just their tone. It's just, it just makes me pissed. Which it's highly unlikely someone becomes friends with this person. Usually they have an entire arsenal of all the characteristics that I just said. They're the type of person to say like, just a friendly reminder. Friendly reminder. Are we serious? Bro, we all know that reminder was not friendly. You could hear all the sarcasm and Karen in your voice. But chances are if someone says just a friendly reminder, they're passive aggressive. But next up, we got guilt tripping. Now this one's pretty obvious. They'll make you feel guilty for any little thing that you did. Basically Twitter in a nutshell. If they hear a joke that they don't like, they're gonna get mad. And they will make sure you feel guilty for what you did. Like let's say you make a joke about, I don't know, like Future drinking lean, and then your friend gets mad, and then makes you feel guilty for even making that joke because Future the GOAT, or whatever reason it is that they're mad. Yeah, these examples are horseshit. Hey man, I was once addicted to that Walk Heart, that purple. You're disgusting. How could you ever joke about that? Yeah, I don't know, just a big red flag. If they're just really offended at everything, just don't even be friends with them. Chances are they are a negative person. They will put you down. If they feel offended, oh my god. Gaslighting, all right, this is the number 2 spot. So basically, it's when someone will really hit the hammer, just keep hammering it into you that you're wrong. And they'll make you believe that you're just as crazy as them. And the fact that there's a phrase going around, I quote, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. That is insane. Like, if you catch your girl even saying this, bro. You gotta leave. Like, this one actually does damage to you emotionally. Like, it's bad. And that after you get gaslit, you are just left questionable with what's the truth. Or that's their goal with gaslighting. And they'll do it so aggressively, too. To the point where you might actually even feel guilty or feel like you did something wrong. And at the #1 spot for the most toxic trait has to be manipulation. Do not let someone just straight up control you. At this point, they have you boxed in. And they do everything that I just said in this video. So yeah, hopefully none of you are dealing with this. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. Go watch this one if you enjoyed. Bye.